So we're starting our new show. This is sequeled. We haven't really come up with a fucking name yet, so we're gonna call it sequeled.
That's the title for now.
This is episode 1. This is where we take movies that are generally liked by people. Hey, maybe they might be hated, and we're gonna just make a sequel for it and kind of just free ball it. You know, just figure out, oh, where should this movie go? Oh, if we were hired to make the sequel of this movie, we're going to try hard to make an actually good sequel. So our first movie celebrating Baby Driver is going to be Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead, his first feature film, and we're going to just talk about what a sequel to Shaun of the Dead would look like.
Right. A movie that I have never asked for, and I hope no one else out there is asking for. But, and of course, it probably is being asked for. And
I think in this day and age, everyone asks for a sequel for everything. I remember this, actually, the idea for this show kind of stems back to this time we saw The Way Back, and there was a little
The Way
kid,
Way Back is actually what it's called.
Oh, it's called The Way Way. Okay, so The Way Way Back. There's also a movie called The Way Back, though.
Oh, okay. I think so.
We're
thinking of the one with Steve Carell, though.
Yeah, the movie is Steve Carell, and it's like a kid who works in a water park, and it's called The Way Back. And at the end of the movie, this little kid was like, so what's going to happen in the sequel? To the Q&A. It was a Q&A. So he asked that to the writers, and they're like, we're not really sure, but I think it would be called The Way, Way, Way Back. And we're just like, what?
That was cracking up, yeah.
But this is definitely towards people that love sequels. I personally, not a fan by any means.
Right.
Unless it's like Temple of Doom.
Gotcha, yeah.
Or something along that line.
Exactly.
But we're here talking about Shaun of the Dead and the sequel to it. I know you got a really good idea, so I'm just going to try to throw a wrench at any moment into it.
Yeah, and I love the idea, like, basically just like, we don't want this sequel, but the studio's pushing on us. We're new upcoming writers. This is the best way for, like, myself to, like, fathom this. Like, fuck, what if they gave me the power to this? But I want another job, so I need to make sure this script is great and stuff.
You're not just going to, like, throw in all your marbles in at once.
Exactly,
you know?
Yeah. I'd love to Uncle Kent to it and shit and just throw anything out there and shit, but... No, I gotta make sure that, like, I can get a second job after this, basically. I want the studio to work with me again, so I don't want to see a sequel to Shaun of the Dead, so where am I gonna go with this?
Like, I'm thinking the way we kind of approach this is like the Lego movie. Like, everyone expected it to suck.
Exactly.
But then everyone loved it because it was awesome.
Right.
So we're gonna approach it with that same kind of attack, you know? Like, where are we gonna go from here? But it's gotta be good, but it's stupid that we're making it in the first place.
Exactly. Perfectly said. All right, so I guess with my concept overall, sorry if this offends anyone. It offended me coming up with it, but I was actually pretty proud with some of the ideas I was coming up with. So Shaun of the Dead, we all know it's a play on the words with Dawn of the Dead. It doesn't have overall really that much similarity other than zombies to Dawn of the Dead. Like, you know, you could say, yeah, they're locked in a bar, they're locked in a mall. Like, oh, they're locked in the same place, but that's every zombie movie. So overall, though, I wanted to take it outside the world, though, so it's completely different. Ed, we all saw, is alive and well as a zombie. He's best friends with Shaun and everything. But we also saw a new society, though. They were creating all these game shows with zombies and everything. Like, zombies are now pushing carts at grocery stores. So I wanted to build on this new zombie world that the whole entire world was going to be creating. So overall, with my concept was... I do want Ed to basically be the bub of the film. So basically like kind of a spin-off of Day of the Dead. I was trying to come up with a funny title like Day of Ed or something. But
I think that's it. I think Day of Ed. Right there. Yeah. Day of Ed.
Yeah. So overall, Ed would be like the central mascot of the film. Shaun would of course be the main character. I'm hoping that you can come up with some jokes because I'm just have the story credit on IMDb.
That's basically
right here.
what I'm here for today.
I didn't write the dialogue and everything. I just have the story credit and everything. And so this is our little joint project that we have to work on together. You're, what's it called? Whoever owns the rights to Shaun of the Dead, you're brought in to fix my draft so far.
I'm going to just throw in some stuff here and there.
So this world, though, that I like overall that Shaun of the Dead developed overall, like we only saw like a couple minutes of it at the end of the movie. So zombies are pushing shopping carts. Zombies were in game shows. So overall... There's no point over shit jobs anymore, basically. Zombies have been trained to, like, do, like, every single shit job you can think of.
The only thing is, zombies can't really clean up anyone's mess.
Right.
Like, zombies can only Like if it was like a cleaning job, you know, like a shitty cleaning job,
Yeah.
like a maid or anything, like a zombie would just put blood all over like
Right.
anyone's stuff on accident. It would
True.
be so unsanitary.
Yeah, we could get some good jokes out of it somehow,
Yeah, like
though.
so, like
Yeah.
a good job could be a cleaning job. It pays really well because no one wants to do it,
Right.
and zombies can't do it because they're dirty as hell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like so,
Yeah, those are the only
someone's
jobs
aspiring-
left over,
Someone might be
basically.
aspiring to be a maid of some
Yeah.
sort, or like a janitor
Yeah.
at like.
I imagined it the like, well, you've seen zombies in like Land of the Dead also like pick up shovels and shit and like or Night of the Living Dead, I remember. So basically what I imagined was all the zombies are doing all these shit jobs like that, but also they've become the stars of like the world, like with reality television, to where humans have now become zombies, or they just sit on their couch. They don't have to do
They watch
jobs
Netflix
like pushing carts
all day.
Yeah.
Like everyone just like, oh, what new show came out this week?
Exactly.
Because I'm just gonna invest 10 hours of
Right.
my weekend on it.
Exactly.
And talk about it at work on
There's no
Monday.
point. You could just play video games now, and like all the TV shows, like there's no point with like they're doing all the fast food work. They're doing all the fucking what's it called, like construction work and everything. Somehow they've been trained because they develop.
So they
over
put
time.
like a piece of meat on like something, like
Right,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Just, like come over here, just
Exactly.
pull like they pull stuff
Yeah.
manual labor.
'Cause
How do you
we-
think the pyramids were built? Like
Yeah.
probably zombies, you know?
Exactly. The dream is to someday we build robots to do all these jobs in the future. That way mankind doesn't have to do that, but we have to kind of change into like we have to adapt into this new world overall. But with it, with zombies doing everything, humans have become lazy pieces of shit. And then so what I wanted with Ed basically is Shaun just treats him like his normal everyday friend. He plays jokes with him. He like cooks for him and shit. Like they play video games together and stuff. Yeah, he like actually tries to cook like nice meat for him and shit. Like yeah, buys like a fresh chicken that were grown happy and stuff, or like you know,
free range?
grass-fed free range chicken and
I
stuff.
don't think
Yeah.
chickens eat grass, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Good
You're
point.
thinking
Yeah.
of beef.
Yeah, shit, my bad. Yeah. But overall, though, like, he kind of becomes the meme of the entire world, basically. Like, that's how I kind of imagined it. Like, Ed becomes the most famous zombie somehow because he's actually the closest zombie to living a normal life, because that's how Shaun sees him.
Like maybe Shaun even like takes care of him by like cleaning up his wounds, because I think all zombies are like decomposing,
Right.
So like makes it so he's not he's not bleeding, doesn't have any like gashes.
Exactly.
Like he could actually be a made zombie if you think about it.
Because Bub in Day of the Dead, he's actually not even that ugly. He's just wrinkly. He didn't look savage, though. He's not like missing
Just
an
his
eyeball,
teeth.
missing his jaws. It's just because, well, you know, human flesh is like
Yeah.
impossible to eat and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, like basically I wanted Ed to kind of be the overall main like zombie that like everyone's kind of captivated by. Like he becomes the joke, but like the world where he's like kind of creating a revolution on like how zombies should be acting and everything. And I wasn't sure really where to go from there overall.
So you could
but
kind of be like the, you know, like everyone, like every zombie looks up to him, or do zombies still have feelings? I'm not really even sure.
Bub did, at least in Day of the Dead.
Or everyone
Yeah.
just wishes that their zombie was essentially
Yeah.
like Ed. They're just like, oh man, I wish we really had someone like that to take care of
What
us.
movie did we see recently where they actually were still able to think of their past life and then they got pissed? Oh, it was Land of the Dead, actually. The main zombie that you see, that like exterminator guy, like he just kind of, I remember he's able to think back on his past and get pissed off that he doesn't have that life anymore. But
I
yeah.
don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I swear that's Land of the Dead. I could be wrong.
I feel like
but,
there was
yeah.
a zombie thing I watched recently where zombies could remember.
Yeah.
I don't
Even in
remember
Train to
what it was.
Busan, like he's
Yeah.
turning, but he's still able to remember that. Like his last like thing he sees before he dies is holding his daughter. I remember for the first time.
So I think what we could do with this is like basically like the government would take over and they would be like, we want all zombies to be like Ed.
Exactly.
So they start testing on Ed
Yeah.
and just realize that actually all you need to do is just treat zombies like human beings. And it's actually like a
Right.
really empathetic film. People are like, oh,
Yeah.
we just need to care about one another a
Right.
lot more.
But I really did want it to take a turn though, because you gotta go bigger and better with the sequel and stuff. Like
Yeah.
to where somehow the zombies like Ed leads like a weird like revolution or something. It's gotta end up in a military base. It's gotta end at a
I
military
mean,
base.
so far this movie sounds really shitty.
Yeah.
And it's a sequel, so it's okay.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not like trying to make like a fucking great movie, but I'm trying to make, you know, a good movie that like
Well, I like
I
the-
can just, like I'm making like fake like, oh, I'm making a say on life that we're all zombies already. We're already watching nothing but Netflix and
Yeah,
shit. Because
and
we
I like
already
the-
are.
I like.
Yeah.
I think you've thought long and hard about this.
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah.
And like the idea into it is actually like like okay, people are being zombies, but they need to act more like they need to treat everyone else better.
Exactly.
This is actually very thought-provoking.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. So overall, there's definitely a lot of other points you could take towards this film, but overall, the synopsis is there. I can't say that I have a plot down overall.
You're like, we kind of talked about this, but I don't have a plot at all.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have a plot. I just have an idea. I have the back of the DVD cover, or the Blu-ray DVD combo
like
pack
the log
listed.
line.
Yeah.
You're like, has zombies in it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Dead. Ed of the Dead?
Shaun and Ed is back, yeah. But I was thinking Day of the Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the title, though. It's
Thank
catchy.
you. Yeah.
Because, like, Day of the Ed, dead. It basically sounds like dead.
Yeah.
You know?
And we all know Day of the Dead. Well, all right. Everyone knew Dawn of the Dead, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Dawn.
Yeah.
And I think this has, like, a cooler premise.
Yeah.
Which is...
So overall, we're Shaun and Ed are back, but Shaun, through his, like, care and love to his best friend, he treated his zombie as an equal. So Ed developed a lot faster than other zombies. Other zombies are being trained to do one specific thing. Ed is being trained to do multiple stupid things. He becomes the meme of the world. The meme zombie. The zombie that everyone looks up to. And the zombies start to acknowledge it too. They start to catch on. They eventually start a revolution. What is Shaun going to do? He realizes he wants to join this zombie society so that everyone can go back to normal.
So this is totally like the fidget spinner of zombie movies.
Right. Yeah. I don't get it, but or like like
you just said he's a meme. I feel like fidget spinner is like
exactly.
the biggest meme right now.
True.
So
yeah.
that's kind of where I was coming from, but it didn't make any sense. I know that.
Jesus died for our spins.
Okay, so yeah, I guess this is our first episode of Sequeled, and we nailed Shaun of the Dead. So next week.
You'd pay to go see that.
You can challenge me to do any movie.
Right. So this is apparently a sequel that we are going to get someday. I don't know who's still interviewing Sean Astin these days, but Sean Astin says, yeah, they're still working on Goonies Part 2, and that's what I have you do. Got the VHS copy right here, the Goonies. That's what I want you to develop a sequel for. Beat whoever's developing the sequel right now. I want to hear your thoughts, and maybe they'll just end up stealing your idea.
Yeah. And then we can just sue them after that. So I'm glad you gave this to me on VHS.
One-Eyed Willie, so it's got to be like Long John, like
Long
John Dick or something. Because One-Eyed Willie is like a euphemism for like sperm in the eye and shit.
I didn't know that. Glad I do now. This is a dope cover though.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely come up with something, and you'll be here to throw a wrench in all my plans.
Right. Might have like an idea I could throw off one of your ideas.
You can help spice up, throw a little bit of salt in my pepper. I guess that's what.
Which you helped me do with Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. So we'll do this next week. If you guys want to see any other movie in like talked about just a sequel, what do you think we could come up with a sequel for it? You're probably wondering, who the fuck are we? We're just like you. We have no fucking idea what's going on. I just found out that I'm now creating some type of story idea for Goonies 2.
Yeah.
So let us know what you want to make a sequel out of. What's your favorite movie? How can we fuck it up somehow by making a sequel that we're going to actually try to make good, but we probably won't because it's impossible.
We're up for the challenge.
Do you want us to make a sequel to Indiana Jones Crystal Skull? We would love to, because how could you one up that? It's such a masterpiece, you know? So yeah, just leave a comment. Let us know what you'd like us to sequelize.
Just anything but the way back.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, because that was already kind of done. That was the inception of the show. And this is the first episode of Sequeled. Next week will be the second episode of Sequeled. See you then.
The sequels begin.